What is the key to unlocking the mystery of the universe? For centuries, the mysteries of the universe have occupied our imagination. Does the universe around us have a basic structure that can be viewed through special numbers? Physicist Richard Feynman said there is a number that all physicists should care about. He called it one of the greatest damned mysteries of the universe. A magic number that comes to us without understanding from man. Number 137. What do you think when someone mentions the number 137? Most likely, not much. It's just one of many numbers, right? For us ordinary people, the number 137 does not seem to be of great importance. But it is a number that can contain key answers about the universe. Number 137 is called the fine structure constant. It is a fundamental constant with a value almost equal to 1/137th and is denoted by the Greek letter alpha. Nobel laureate Wolfgang Paul expressed his goal at the 1946 Stockholm Conference to establish a theory that would determine the value of a fine structure constant. Paul worked hard to solve the riddle and once said, "When I die, my first question to the devil will be, what means a constant of fine structure?" Even the great psychotherapist Carl Jung helped Paul in his quest to find a mathematical basis for a fine structure constant by interpreting more than 400 of Paul's dreams published in Jungian Psychology and Alchemy. Jung believed that Paul was even unconsciously realizing that there was some great cosmic order. Arthur Miller wrote a book about their collaboration entitled 137. Physicist Paul and psychoanalyst Carl Jung were obsessed with the power of certain numbers. They were fascinated by the constant fine structure of the atom and its Kabbalistic significance. They formed an unusual friendship and began a mystical quest that led them through medieval alchemy, dream interpretations, and the Chinese Book of Changes. These were two persons who believed that 137 was at the intersection of modern science with the occult and that it was a mystical number with meaning above physics. Physicists have postulated for more than 100 years that 137 could be at the center of a great unified theory, connecting theories of electromagnetism, of quantum mechanics, and especially gravity. It is the DNA of an atom. But it often appears above mathematics and physics. In mysticism, the Hebrew word Kabbalah has a numerical value of 137. It describes that the corresponding loops joined together find the two parts of the tabernacle. These loops divided the gathering place and the sanctuary above the sanctuaries, the physical dimension and the spiritual dimension. And on the boundary line of the physical world appears the number 137. Moses entereth the abode of the God was 12.7 meters long. You will agree that there are extremely strange coincidences. NASA's microwave anisotropy probe has made the best measurement of the age of the universe to date. Scientists now have the best estimate of the age of the universe, 13.7 billion. Some people have therefore linked science, mathematics and mysticism. 137 refers to electrons and the chance that an electron will absorb one photon. So in the simple language of Kabbalah, 137 speaks of judgment and light. It is the physical body of man, court, and our ability to ignite light in the soul. Richard Feynman added. It has been a mystery since it was discovered more than 50 years ago. It is one of the greatest cursed mysteries of physics. A magic number that comes to us without understanding from man. You can say that God's hand wrote that number and we don't know how he pulled his pen. According to the Bible, Abraham died at the age of 175. But when God told him to offer his son as a sacrifice, he was 137 years old. According to the Torah, Moses' father lived for 137 years. As well as Ismail and the left. If the number of letters in the Torah 304,805 is divided into numerical pairs and inverted, the result is the numbers 50, 84 and 03. Add them up and you get the number 137. Physicist Leon Lederman tried to unite the earliest scientific observations of the ancient Greek Einstein and Higgs train, which is called God particle. 137 is inverse of something called a fine structure constant. The strangest thing about this extraordinary number is that it is dimensionless. Werner Heisenberg once stated that all the doubts of quantum mechanics will disappear when 137 is finally explained. According to the hypothesis of the mathematical universe, all structures that exist mathematically, they are also physical. If you believe in an external reality independent of humans, then you must also believe in what I call the mathematical universe hypothesis. That our physical reality is a mathematical structure. In other words, we all live in a giant mathematical object. One that is more complex than the dodecahedron, probably more complex than the objects that appear in today's most advanced theories. Everything in our world is purely mathematical. Including you. Physicist and astrobiologist Paul Davies wrote in the journal Cosmos. although one number above all others showed a lasting fascination with physicists. 137.035999913. Davis points out that alpha is the best example of a pure number that does not require units. It actually combines three fundamental constants of nature: speed of light, electric charges carried by one electron, and Planck's constant. Constant figures in other situations. Making physicists wonder why. Why nature insists on this number. He has appeared in various calculations of physics since 1880, which has prompted numerous attempts to arrive at a large unified theory that would have included a constant since then. So far there has not been a single explanation. Recent research has also introduced the possibility that the constant has actually increased in the last 6 billion years. Although not for sure. Spectral language. Of spectral lines is the real musical sphere within the atom. People have asked why it has this special value. Physicists could only conclude that this value could not be accidental. He's out there somewhere. Regardless of the structure of our mind. The part of the puzzle that is missing for physics is conscience. Why this is a number that can determine how things work. What made this number one that remains above the others? Can this be distorted? Or there is more we will ever know? That it is any other value. The structure of matter would be different. So we would be different ourselves. Exploring these stories, we have learned some of the surprising reasons why major scientific mysteries may remain unsolved for years. Or even decades. Some due to technology limitations. Others because of the mistakes of the people. And some are simply at odds with what we know. Regardless of that, the work on the inexplicable reminded us that there is hope in question. Why ask someone if you don't believe the answer is possible? Could this issue really in some way contain answers to all the questions of this universe? And if he could, how? Write us in the comments what you think about this incredible mystery that is present all around us without us even being aware of it. Subscribe to the Secretji channel and we'll see you in the next videos.